Fine. What do you guys see or feel or think when you look at this picture? Dancing. Pretty easy. Models. Models. What do you think? Like, do you judge yourself compared to them?
Yeah, I think I'm way hotter than them.
Okay, well that's good. How about when you look at this picture? This is a girl, and this is her regular picture. On the right is her picture after she's been involved in like an eating disorder for a while. How does that make you feel? Like, what do you think when you see that?
It's also sad.
It makes me sad, yeah.
Okay. Now how about when you look into one of these in the morning? What do you think? What do you see when you look in one of these?
Really sad.
Sad. Okay.
Feel okay.
Feel good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well according to the Psych Central website, a survey of American women between the ages of 25 and 45 showed that 75% of American women have some unhealthy thoughts, feelings, or behaviors about food and their bodies. So this is like a huge indicator and big problem with self-image and eating disorders. And I'm a girl and I obviously have problems with that. But recently, as I've grown older and as I've found these different types of steps to avoid those problems, I'm able to get out of those dark spots where I just feel so low and I don't like myself. I get out of those spots by doing what I will tell you here in a little bit. Even if you don't have self-image issues or an eating disorder or whatever, you may know someone who does, so knowing these steps will help you help them feel better about themselves. So I'm going to tell you what an eating disorder is so you kind of know what it is, have an idea, and the difference between self-image and self-esteem. And I'm also going to tell you the causes of low self-image and low self-esteem and eating disorders, so if you do know someone who has those problems, you can help them by getting rid of those causes. And I'm also going to tell you how to overcome these problems and to learn how to love yourself and respect yourself and the unique qualities that you have. Alright, so an eating disorder, according to the FamilyDoctor.org Eating Disorders Facts for Teens website, is an obsession with food and weight that harms a person's well-being. Two forms of eating disorders is anorexia, where people just don't eat or they don't eat enough, and bulimia, which is when they eat but they throw it up and they take laxatives so that they remove all food that they've eaten. The self-image is how people feel about their physical appearance, while self-esteem is how people value themselves, not only their appearance but also their personality. Some causes of low self-image, there's inner and outer causes. According to the Women's Health website, I found 6 causes. One of them is culture. Thinness is a social and cultural ideal, and women define themselves by their physical attraction, and they compare themselves to other women, like supermodels, which I just showed you a picture earlier. Some other causes are personal characteristics and emotional disorders, such as feeling helpless or depression and anxiety. The fourth one is stressful events or life changes. Starting a new job or a school, you may feel like you need to impress people, so this will give you cause to feel a little bit self-conscious about yourself and who you are as a person and the way you look, and that could cause you to have low self-image or lead you to eating disorder. The fifth one, studies are being done to look at genes, hormones, and chemicals in the brain to see if biology could be a cause, but hasn't been confirmed yet, but they still count it as a cause because they believe that it's probably true. And the sixth one is family. And if your parents have a negative attitude about appearance and diet, either whether it's about their own or other people they know, their children or people around them will begin to have a negative attitude about it as well. So, now to figure out how to, if you do have self-image, you know someone who does, how to better and reverse those effects. According to the Help Guide Eating Disorder Treatment and Recovery, true recovery involves learning to Listen to your body and feelings. Trust yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, and enjoy life again. If you do have low self-esteem or low self-image, or if you know someone who does, some steps that you can take to help them feel a little bit better about themselves and hopefully be able to do this on their own one day, to just be able to uplift themselves on their own, is be there for them. And if you are one of those people who has low self-image, be vulnerable and open up your feelings and let people know that you trust how you feel. They'll help you like get back to the place that you need to be at to feel better, and so that'll help you avoid going towards eating disorders and stuff. Another thing is do things that you like or that make you happy. The reason I picked this spot is because when I get to my lowest point, when I start to feel worse about myself, I go bike riding. And this is the beginning of the bike path that I've spent multiple hours on, just riding and thinking and just bringing myself back up to a point where I feel good about who I am. Another way is to exercise and eat healthy, but you can't exercise too much and you can't avoid foods that you enjoy because that'll make you unhappy. So like me, I love chocolate. I'm always going to eat chocolate. I don't care if it's not totally healthy for me, but it makes me happy and I'm going to like eat it, but not as much. So that's one thing to think of. Another one is don't focus on the negatives in your life or the negatives about yourself. What I like to do is I like to write a list or make a mental note of all the good things about myself that I know or that I realize or that other people have told me, and I'll go through them each day, and that'll help bring me up and make me feel a little bit better. So if you do have low self-image, I suggest you write it down and put it in a spot that you'll see it. Read it over at least once a day, and it will help you really feel so much better because you see all these things and you start to actually believe them and like, yeah, that's so true. I really am that awesome. And so it's really great to make you feel better. If you have a more serious problem like an actual eating disorder, the best thing you can do is not only have friends and family helping you, but to get professional help from a psychiatrist and a nutritional specialist and trainer. They'll help you get better faster, and when you do get better, they'll be there to help you back up, and you'll hopefully not fall back into your same habits. Even if you don't have an eating disorder or a low self-image, it's important to know these things in case you do know someone who does. So knowing what an eating disorder is and what self-image is, and also the causes, so that you can fix the problem and learn to love and respect who you are as a person. One quote that I found was actually a verse in the Bible, and I think it's really cool and makes me feel pretty good. It's 1 Peter 3:3-4. Do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of hair and the putting on of gold jewelry and the clothing you wear. But let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious.
Always.